welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're seeing this face for the very first time, my name is Lydia. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in Calgary, Canada, and on my channel I discuss everything there is to know about immigration and lifestyle in Canada. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for always coming back and for always checking me out. Thank you. Guys, I was checking my analytics and 91% of my viewers are not subscribed. Oh my goodness, Kilo Day, what's going on there? Please, let's make this official. You obviously like my content, you obviously like my personality, so let's make this official. But you guys do me a huge favor. Please, on the bottom left hand corner of this video, you'll see a subscribe button. Just click that button, that's all, and then it's official. You join the Nelly's family. Okay, so please click the red button that says subscribe and join. That's all you have to do. It's completely free of charge. You know, it's free. Please, okay, help my ministry. Thank you very much. And for those of you that are still considering subscribing, no problem, it's all fine. Before moving to Canada with my family, my husband and my daughter, I had lots and lots of questions when we were back in Nigeria. I had a good job, I had an okay life in Nigeria. So I was like, when my husband told me about Canada, I was like, is this really a good idea? I mean, life here is okay. It's not like, oh my goodness, amazing, but it was okay, it was bearable. So I was like, should I really leave my job? Should I leave my friends and family behind? Is Canada worth it? So at that time, Google was my best friend. I was Googling everything there is, everything. I was Googling lots of questions. I was checking YouTube for videos. I was asking my friend. I didn't have a lot of friends in Canada at that time, but I was asking my friends abroad, like, do you guys know anybody in Canada? What is life like there? I know all that glitters is not gold. Like what happens in terms of job search? What sort of job can I get as a new immigrant? How is healthcare there in Canada? Is school free in Canada? How about citizenship? How long does it take to get citizenship in Canada? I had lots of questions, but I felt like I wasn't really getting the answers that I needed. So I just made the plunge. I just kind of took the bull by the horn. I just trusted God and I moved to Canada. But a lot of things that I know right now that I wish I knew before moving down here. Okay, so in this video I'll answer all your burning questions, guys. I collaborated with a Port Harcourt YouTuber. Her name is Nezeville, okay, Barrister Neze from Nezeville, and I'll leave a link to her video, to her channel up here. All right, so I and Neze, we put our heads together and we really discussed extensively about life in Canada. She asked me lots of questions and I answered these questions to the best of my knowledge. So guys, please stay tuned and check out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe to my channel. Please, I'm begging you, I beg, please subscribe, please help me. All right, so please stay tuned and don't forget to check out Neze's channel as well and tell her they're from Nelly Nails TV. First question I'm going to be asking is, does getting married to a Canadian citizen automatically give one citizenship in Canada? Hi Neze, thanks again for this collaboration. I'm so excited. Thank you very much. So no, you can't become a Canadian citizen just by marrying a Canadian. It doesn't work that way. You can only become a citizen through naturalization. That's a mouthful. That means having lived in Canada for 3 out of 5 years, then that qualifies you to apply for Canadian citizenship. Also, if you are born in Canada, you can obtain your citizenship that way. And also, if you have parents that are Canadians, then of course you're entitled to Canadian citizenship. But through marriage, no, you can't get citizenship through marriage. Thank you for that, Nelly. Number 2, does having a baby in Canada automatically confer citizenship on that baby? We know of so many people that go to the US to have their babies and get citizenship. Does that automatic citizenship work for children who are born in Canada? So yes, if you have your baby in Canada, the baby automatically becomes a Canadian citizen. Now, if you're coming from Nigeria, okay, if you don't live in Canada permanently and you're coming from Nigeria just for the purpose of having a baby, then you have to pay some money. It's about $5,000 to $12,000. That's the cost of having your baby here. And yes, baby also have Canadian citizenship. Thank you, Nelly. My number 3 question is, what is the number 1 challenge an immigrant faces when they relocate or migrate to Canada? What's that number 1 challenge that they have to surmount?
when they relocate?
The biggest problem or the biggest challenge or hurdle that immigrants are faced with is the issue of employment. Getting a job, guys, is so, is difficult. It's a problem because a lot of times your work experience from Nigeria does not count. If you have 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years of work experience from Nigeria, a lot of times it does not count. It just goes down the drain. Honestly, you have to start afresh and start from square one to climb up the corporate ladder. A lot of times it's a huge pill for a lot of immigrants to swallow.
Okay, Darling, thank you so much for that. My next question is there any kind of arrangements? Do the government pay stipends to unemployed immigrants or even citizens residing in Canada? Is there any form of upkeep or stipends that the government pays to unemployed immigrants that can at least sustain them until they get a job?
Okay, so an unemployed immigrant is entitled or may be entitled to employment insurance, which is a stipend that the government pays to unemployed people, only if they've worked for 420 to 700 hours. Now, this means that you had a job, you worked for 420 to 700 hours, and then you lost that job for whatever reason, and now you're unemployed and you're currently looking for another job. Then the government will pay you that some money. But if you've never worked ever and you apply for this employment insurance, no, you won't qualify for it. You need to have worked for 420 to 700 hours.
My next question is schooling, education free for children in Canada, both at nursery, primary, and tertiary levels? Is there free education in government schools, of course, for children of immigrants in Canada?
Education is free to some extent. I say to some extent because it's free from, kindergarten is free, primary school is completely free, secondary school, you don't pay a thing. But when you get to university, okay, you don't pay the full amount. If you're a permanent resident, you pay a subsidized amount, all right? Now, also, there's something called Registered Education Savings Plan, RESP. So basically, a parent can save for their child's university education from when the child is a baby, from whenever, really. There's no age limit, but you can begin to save for your child's education through this Registered Education Savings Plan. And the interesting thing about this is, any money that you put in that savings plan, the government matches it up. So for instance, if you save $100 every month for your child, the government will also match it up and give you $100 as well. So that means each month you have $200 that you're saving for your child's university education. Do you understand? So yes, it's not free. However, the government tries to help to sort of substantiate and help out with your child's school fees when the child gets to university level.
God bless you for that. My next question, what are the 2 highest ranking reasons why a person's application to migrate to Canada would be turned down? What are those 2 major reasons that can cause one's application to be declined?
The first reason is a no-brainer. If you submit fraudulent documents that have been tampered with, no matter how small you think that tampering is, they will find out and you'll be banned from Canada for a very long time. And secondly, if you don't have sufficient funds, now when you're applying for your permanent residency visa, there's an amount of money that you need to have for your application. Now, if you submit your bank statement and the amount you have falls below that threshold, then of course you'll be turned down and you need to start your application afresh from square one.
Okay, darling, next quickly. Is it better or more advisable to use an agent? There's so many agents cropping up here and there these days that could help you to process your immigration to Canada. Is it advisable to use an agent, or would you advise someone to do it all by him or herself? How did you do yours? Did you go through the process by yourself, or did you use an agent? Which is more preferable?
No, I won't advise anyone to use an immigration agent because you can do this yourself. It's not rocket science. It's extremely easy. Just go to the Government of Canada website, read the instructions. It's extremely, honestly, a 5-year-old can read this and understand exactly what he needs to do. Just read the instructions. There's a phone number there. That's a phone number for IRCC. It's called Immigration, Refugees, Citizenship Canada. They're the ones in charge of your visa application. If you're stuck or if you have any inquiry or any questions, by all means, just call the number just call the number there. They are very eager to answer your questions. If you have any questions, you can email them as well. They'll respond ASAP. So I don't think getting an agent is necessary at all. I applied by myself. And, I applied for my family by myself. I mean, I'm not like the smartest person out there, and I got the visa. I got the visa. It's not rocket science, honestly. It's so easy. Just read the instructions. If you have any inquiry, call them. They will answer your inquiry. Please don't waste your money on consultants. Just do it yourself.
Okay, if you know anything about Canada, you would know of the harsh and extreme weather. In fact, some people describe the weather as not being fit for human habitation. Now, I want to ask, how long does the cold last in Canada? How many months in a year does the cold last in Canada? And what parts of Canada is very cold? Is it the whole of Canada, or like Nigeria, the whole of Nigeria? When it's hot weather, the whole of Nigeria is hot. So is it the whole of Canada that is cold during cold seasons, winter?
Yes, it's very cold in Canada. Oh my gosh, like it's so cold. But it starts getting really cold from October till about March. Those are the cold months. But it gets bone-chillingly cold. Is that a word? Bone-chillingly? I don't even know. But it gets bone-chillingly cold from December till about February. Okay, so December, January, February, those 3 months, wow, it gets as cold as minus 40 degrees. No joke. Minus 40 degrees. Parts of Canada are warmer than other parts of Canada. Now in Vancouver, in British Columbia, it doesn't snow as much as the rest of Canada, but it rains a lot down there in British Columbia, but it doesn't snow and it's not as cold as everywhere else in Canada. However, the cost of living in British Columbia is so high, it's like double or even triple what you could be paying in other parts of Canada.
Okay, thank you, Nelly. Please tell us the steps that one can take to get permanent residency in Canada. A quick step-by-step process.
Right. So the first step towards applying for permanent residency is to check whether you're eligible. Okay. So just go on Google and type in permanent residency eligibility calculator. Is a mouthful. Permanent residency eligibility calculator. This will direct you to the Government of Canada website. Once you're on the website, just answer a few questions, just very straightforward questions to see whether you're eligible. So once you answer these questions, it will say yes, you're eligible, or no, you're not eligible. So if you are eligible to apply, the next step is for you to apply to World Education Service. So these guys, what they do is that they verify your education credentials to see whether it's recognized here in Canada. So you need to contact your school, your university, to send in your credentials to World Education Service. The next step is for you to apply for IELTS exam, IELTS exam. Now, these exams are taken twice a month in Abuja and Lagos, okay? They're taken twice a month. In Abuja is in Sheraton, in Ladikwale Hall, twice a month. In Lagos, twice a month. In Port Harcourt, Kanu, I'm not very sure how often. I know in Benin as well, they're, in different states. In different states, I think either twice or once a month. Once you apply for your IELTS, once you do your IELTS exam, you need to try to get it's called a CRS score. It sounds very technical and very confusing, but there's a score that you need to get, all right? So you have to keep doing the exam until you get that score. So if you do get the score, the next step for you is to enter the pool, okay? So once you enter the pool, then every 2 weeks, the Government of Canada selects some candidates from that pool and gives them an invitation to apply, okay? It's called an ITA. Give them an invitation to apply. So if you're given an invitation to apply, then the next step for you is to gather the documents, because the government will tell you what documents you need to attach with your application. Are you guys getting me? It's very technical. So once you gather your documents, I know the basic documents are bank statements, referral letter from your employer, medical tests, what else? I can't remember, but just go on Google and check. But those are just the basic things that you need, right? Just gather these things, these documents, your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, your children's birth certificates, just everything, your credentials from university, to attach them all together in one document. Then you now upload on the Government of Canada website. It's a lot. You now upload it. Once you upload it, then the waiting game starts. You start waiting for at least 6 months for them to get back to you. So if give them at least 6 months. If they get back to you, hopefully they'll tell you that yes, you've gotten your visa. You should bring your passport for stamping. All right. So at this point, you now send your passport to the embassy. Then you'll now give you the visa. It's a mouthful. I'm sure I'm confusing you guys, but just go on Google. Everything is on that Government of Canada website, right? It tells you chronologically what you need to do.
Okay, thanks, Nelly. So aside permanent residency, what other way can an immigrant explore to come into Canada apart from getting or seeking permanent residency? Can one seek asylum or come in as a refugee? What are the other ways that someone who is desirous of relocating to Canada can come into Canada apart from getting the permanent residency?
So you might consider applying for Provincial Nomination Program. It's called PNP. So what this means is different provinces in Canada have different occupations that thrive, or occupations that are in demand in that province. Okay, province is the same as states. The way we have different states in Nigeria, that's is referred to as province. So now these different provinces have different occupations that thrive in that province. So once in a while, they will issue out nominations to say, okay, we need 100 people with this skill to come to our province to work. For instance, I live in Calgary, Alberta. Here in Alberta, oil and gas is the go-to. So if, once in a while, they'll say, okay, we need oil and gas people. We need someone with oil and gas skills. So if, you there in Nigeria, you work in LNG, liquefied natural gas, or you work in Shell or NNPC, of course, you'll be a good candidate to apply for the PMP program in Alberta. Okay, that's the same with Manitoba, that's the same with Saskatchewan, that's the same. Different places have different jobs or different skills that they want. Okay, so you have to just keep checking the website to know when your skill is advertised. But I think PMP is the next best thing after if you're trying to get permanent residency. If you apply for express entry and it's not working out, then please try to check to see if this provincial nomination program might be best suited for you and your skills.
Okay, that's very well explained. So how long after one is granted permanent residency can one apply for full citizenship? Or is one a citizen with just a permanent residence, with just a permanent residency? I don't think so. So how long would you have had this permanent residency before you can now apply to be a full citizen?
So the answer to that question is 3 years. You need to have lived in Canada as a permanent resident for 3 years for you to be eligible to apply for citizenship.
Oh, thank you so much, Nelly. I just love the way this question and answers is going. So my next question is, what kind of jobs are available for WAEC degree holders? Okay, what kind of jobs can somebody sustain him or herself with just a WAEC degree in Canada? What kind of jobs can you get with such a certification when you're not a college graduate?
Wow, that's a very interesting question, Neza. With just a WAEC certificate, you won't be eligible to come to Canada through the Express Entry program, because the Express Entry program is designed for professionals. Like I said before, the Express Entry program is a point-based system. Do you understand? So if you have a degree, you get a certain amount of points. If you have masters, you get a certain amount of points. But just having WAEC, I don't think it's not designed for WAEC holders. So you won't even be eligible to come to Canada in the first place, talking of getting a job in Canada. Do you understand? You might have to maybe apply for student visa with a WAEC certificate, apply for student visa, come here, maybe do your university program here, then you can get a job when you get a work visa. But through this Express Entry program, you won't qualify with just a WAEC certificate, because it's not designed for WAEC holders.
Thank you so much, sis. My next question is, if peradventure you relocate to Canada. Of course, I know that you are mandated to relocate with a certain sum of money that you can at least sustain yourself with before you find your feet. And for some reason, you have exhausted your money and you do not have a job yet. What provisions are made for immigrants in that situation? Are they taken into a homeless home? Are they catered to by the government? How can a citizen sustain himself? How can an immigrant sustain him or herself in Canada when the monies that he or she migrated with is exhausted and they still haven't gotten a job?
So the answer is no. If you exhaust the money that you came to Canada with, the government won't take care of you in any way, shape or form. You're just on your own, literally you're in a helpless situation. So when you're applying for your permanent residency visa, this is the amount of money that you're supposed to migrate to Canada with. If you're just coming by yourself, just one person, you need the equivalent of 3.7 million naira. Okay, if you're a family of 3, you need the equivalent of 5.4 million naira. Okay, so this is the amount of money they're supposed to come to Canada with when you're migrating down here. Now, this money is an estimate of how much should last you, should be enough for you for 6 months based on the cost of living in Canada. Now, if after 6 months you still don't get a job, then you're on your own, literally, because the government won't substitute or help you out in any way, shape or form. So you might have no choice but to get a menial job until when something you like comes up, until when an ideal job for you comes up. Okay, so if you're good at making hair, if you're a very good hair maker, if you're a very good braider, if you can make hair very well, you can make people's hair and they'll pay you a good amount of money for that. If you can take care of people's children, you can take care of kids and you get paid. If you can work in Walmart or anything, or if you can be a cleaner, whatever it is, you can get a job until one of these survival jobs or menial jobs until when you get a professional job that you want. But no, the government won't take care of you at all if your money finishes.
Last but not the least, what inhibitions come with being a permanent residency holder but not a citizen? I know I'm asking a lot about permanent residency because that's the medium or the mode through which a lot of Nigerians and other Africans migrate to Canada. So as a permanent resident, are you allowed to vote and be voted for? Are you allowed to participate in politics? Are you allowed to enjoy all the rights and benefits and privileges that citizens in Canada are allowed enjoy? Or if you're not, what are the inhibitions as a permanent resident?
Resident and a citizen are both on the same pedestal. The only problem or the only difference is that a citizen can vote and be voted for, whereas a permanent resident cannot vote or be voted for. But that's the only difference, honestly. Both a citizen and a permanent resident are both entitled to rights, privileges and benefits. Both can travel to wherever in Canada. You can work anywhere in Canada. You're protected by the Constitution and also by the Charter of Rights and Freedom. Okay, so I think you're both the same. The only difference is that you can't vote. You can't vote or be voted for if you're a permanent resident. Thanks, Nezeville, for having me. I love you. Thanks so much. Thanks again for sticking around till the very end. Please don't forget to comment, like, share this video. If there are any questions that you have for me, by all means leave a comment down below and I'll address your questions. I might do a part 3 because I already have a part 1. I and Nezeville collaborated before. I'll leave a link to that video up here. So if you have any questions arising from this video, by all means leave your comments down below and I'll do another video addressing your questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and also help my ministry by subscribing. Please, I beg, please help me subscribe. It's free of charge. Kilo day, what's going on? Thank you very much and see you in my next video. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe and share this video. See you guys very soon. Bye.